perfect vibe.
Well, we're halfway through our 1969 Mustang build, and man, am I getting excited. Last week we got it out of paint, we got our motor and transmission installed. This week we're going to focus on the interior and the rear end of the car, including finishing up the RideTech rear suspension and adding our 9-inch rear end from Speedway Motors. Let's get to it.
Is there something that's supposed to go here?
In that square hole?
Yeah.
This peg goes in that square hole.
Oh, okay.
Then you put the nut in from the trunk.
Didn't know if there was something that was supposed to go there.
See, now's the point where you get pretty excited because it's starting to look like a car again.
It's kind of always looked like a car.
You are on one today.
No.
Sometimes you have to hug the car and talk to it. Usually just to reach. See now, Tony, why I left the taillights out temporarily?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bolts to this are in the trunk.
All right.
The shims are there as well.
Where do the shims go?
Between the body and this, generally.
If needed, or do they absolutely need them?
It's really as needed. So we'll take a look and see what we have clearance-wise.
Okay. So many bolts to line up.
So these new LED taillights from Eddie Motorsports not only look great on the car, but it's just one more piece in looking just like the rendering that we sent over to Fender. Really getting excited about seeing this guitar and this car together.
Now it's time to get after the 9-inch rear end from Speedway Motors. Since we ditched the stock leaf springs and shocks, we'll be upgrading to RideTech's 4-link and coilover system. We do have to measure for 4 small tabs that'll be welded to the rear end. Once that's done, we'll send it out to powder coat. Once we get it back from powder coat and reinstalled in the car, it should dramatically improve the ride quality over the old stock junk that was in this thing. Nothing left to do but to go put it in. Let's go. I hope. It's off to fab we go.
So we come to the point in the project where we're going to install the dash in the car, and after looking at everything, once we got it out of the car, you can see the rat's nest that we had in the wiring harness. So if your project allows and you have the time, a new harness is really worth the money because you don't have to worry about the fire issues or any kind of shortage issues once the car is put back together. And since we have the dash out anyway, perfect time to install the new wiring harness, paint everything up, get it nice, get it back in the car, and then that's just one less problem you have at the end. And with the timeline like we've got and a great car like this Fender car, we want it to be the best it can be. So I feel like we've passed the halfway point on our 1969 Mustang build. We've got the windshield out of the car and we're getting ready to install the headliner. It's one of those subtle items that's very important, so take your time. Well, the headliner's done, and hey, it doesn't look that bad.
Well, here you go.
Well, I'm just glad it's done.
Well, is that rear end done?
Well, Sean's picking it up right now, but while we're waiting on him, why don't we call Ron and see how that sweet guitar is coming along?
I heard it's gonna break some necks.
Really?
What? Yeah. Dude, I thought that was awesome.
I just got back to the shop with the rear end for the Fender Mustang. I'm excited to help out on this build.
Watch your toes and your fingers. Tony,
Yeah.
you've seen me work before.
I've seen that handle come off before.
I see you hurt yourself all the time. I don't need you to hurt me too. There it is. Awesome. So we finally got the last major piece to our drivetrain in the car. We've got a 9-inch rear end from Speedway Motors with a posi and 350 gears. So it'll be awesome with our motor cruising down the highway. Something you can really enjoy when you're cruising around. So get all that set in place, get our drive shaft up, and we're good to go. You guys ready to do this?
Let's go.
Tony?
Uh-huh.
Come on.
All right. Let me grab my bolts.
Got your bolts.
Got my bolts. Tap it.
Teamwork.
So I just assembled the coils for you. I haven't really adjusted anything.
Okay.
Until we get the car down on the ground, obviously, and get it under its own weight.
Well, these RideTech coilovers are such a better option than the leaf spring shock option that the car originally had.
Oh, for real.
It's gonna make it drive like, you know, whereas before they drove like wagons.
I don't know. I don't drive too many Mustangs, but I'll take your word for it.
Missing out.
Yeah.
You're missing out on this, you know that,
I
right?
don't think so.
I think you are.
It's not what my Chevy buddy told me. Oh, Lord. Whew.
What do you need?
Help, it's heavy. I tried to tell you.
It's these coilovers.
Yeah.
It's top quality stuff. I feel like I could. It needs to be rolled here, I got an idea. It's probably a bad one, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Okay. Just loosen this.
I know what it means. Come on, let's do it the hard way. We do everything the hard way.
No, just loosen those.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that.
You just go ahead and loosen these bolts here. I bet you we get it in, no problem.
Was that 3/4?
Yes. Money. All right, so everything else, I guess just lock it down because I got a lot more stuff to paint.
Yeah, and I gotta get the drive shaft under this, so I'll finish this up.
And I just paint stuff, so.
Have fun with that paint.
I will.
Hey, McGee, gets this thing wrapped up. Man, you really came in clutch picking up that Speedway Motors rear end from the powder coater and helping us get it installed.
Well, I'm glad I could help out. The cradle and the coilovers are pretty easy to install in there, and RideTech sent some pretty good instructions with that stuff.
Well, I think we ought to call it a day, but be ready to hit the ground running Monday.
Coming back on Monday?
Oh yeah, you're coming back. You don't get here that easy.